Good morning, this is the Archetype reading for the sign of Sagittarius. Yesterday I uploaded all my videos, but somehow the last ones got lost. So today I have to do it again. So let's start. Sagittarius, I'm using the Axis Monday for the 5-card spread. And let me quickly tell you what the cards stand for. This is meant to be the underworld. This is your past. This is heaven. This is the future. And this is yourself. Okay? So, let's start the reading. The threshold relates to the door, the gate, or the initiation. We cross thresholds continually during our life, consciously and also unconsciously. On a daily basis, we go through doorways and gates and entryways, but when this card arises, it signifies not your typical doorway. You have arrived at a threshold of initiation which ushers into a new reality for you. You are required to leave behind the you that you thought was so well established. Now a new frontier calls, and this is not an easy task. Thresholds, initiations means that a part of you will be lost in order to make space for something new. A metaphorical death must occur, and some people might not recognize you anymore. For you, the ground may crumble when the free fall into your new reality happens. So take one step at a time. It is a necessary step to take toward a future that calls you. In Hindu mythology, religion, God Ganesh, the elephant head, is the ultimate gatekeeper. Look to the great elephant god for support. And Hecate, the Greek goddess of the moon, and Janus, the Roman god of beginnings, gates, transitions, time, duality, and doorways, and Menschen, which are threshold guardians, divine guardians of doors and gates in Chinese mythology. All these relate to thresholds. When the card's meaning is light, it relates to your growth and your individual awareness. When the card's meaning is dark, it relates to resisting, the refusal to grow, and barriers and boundaries. To go deeper, Sagittarius, lie on the floor and listen to Bob Dylan's song, Standing in the Doorway. Now we come to your past card, relating to the past. That is this one here. It is called Apocalypse. The apocalypse is removing the veil of deception. Apocalypse indicates a particularly painful time, one that unfolds when two disparate dynamics occur simultaneously, pulling the psyche in seemingly opposing directions. The first is a lifting of the veil, This means truths that have been kept in the dark are now revealed to you, and you can see and unearth them. No matter how relieving it is to witness them come into the light, an element of despair and grief follows. And the second dynamic is the regeneration that comes from the wreckage of the revealed truth. The old narrative breaks and a new story forms. Apocalyptic energy is similar to a forest fire's devastation for the sake of the wood's regeneration. The veil lifts and we see who and what has been hiding. From the nakedness of the truth, a child is born. Have faith in the process. Hold on to your center. That is the only way. All kinds of things will be revealed during a time of apocalypse, from big global lies to little white lies that lace the bedroom sheets. Brace yourself for the truth to storm your every field. This card has a strong relationship to Aletheia, which means truth in Greek. If both cards appear in one reading, you have got some real uncovering to do. But, Sagittarius, you only got this one card, so don't worry. When the card's meaning is light, it relates to the unknown, which becomes known and guides from then on your way. When the card's meaning is dark, it relates to nihilism, fatalism, hopelessness, and some despair. To go deeper, read Why the World Doesn't End, written by Michael Mead, and see the movie This Is the End. Now we come to the card that relates to heaven, and the card that came out for you is called the Destroyer. The Destroyer is in the Archetype card reading the savage, the unexpected, and also the rejected. The Destroyer is the final of the three archetypes in the trio of existence, and the Destroyer has necessary yet painful work to do in the world. Culturally and normally, we have an aversion to endings. Usually, we hang on to permanence as a signifier of success. Yet the Destroyer is there to pull the rug out from under yourself, to end relationships, jobs, homes, and all forms of security. A part of us wants things to end, and the painful truth is to uncover our true purpose. The Destroyer knows that once we get too comfortable and we linger there too long, nothing happens, nothing changes. So the Destroyer sees everything. The Destroyer has piercing eyes and spots stagnancy from a distance. In the old myth, this is the moment when heads begin to roll, when the ground opens up and when the castle crumbles. So in a way, this card is like the tower in tarot, okay? Hold on for the ride, says the card. The Destroyer has arrived. Consider Picasso's statement, every act of creation is first of all an act of destruction. In an old tale, the Destroyer sometimes appears as a black dog. In other times, the destroyer takes on the form of gods and goddesses such as Shiva, Kali, and Apophis, the old Egyptian god who stands for resolution, darkness, and chaos. Next card for you, Sagittarius, is this one. It relates to your future and is called the prayer. The prayer relates to worship, reverence, and homage. What is prayer? When we are in a state of prayer, and when are we not in a state of prayer? Ask yourself this question. To whom or to what will you pray? With regards to the Archetype card, the practice of prayer has been with us since the dawn of time as a remedy for the omnipresent self-centered thinking that spins us toward illusion. Prayer leads us beyond our ego as we move from our little story to the big story. Some say we are not the center of our own thoughts. Others say prayer is a natural result of gratitude. Perhaps it is simply surrender or service. Whatever prayer is for you, this card reminds us of its importance. So, Sagittarius, get quiet, get low, get humble, and soft. Bow and touch the ground as your heart lifts to the sky. Though it may be uncomfortable, it is time. Every song, every kiss, every breath, every word can become a prayer. It is a feeling, not an action. Consider the ancient mantra Om Namo Guru Dev Namo, which means I bow to the creative consciousness within, I bow to the teacher within. When the card's meaning is light, it relates to offering to be of service, asking for guidance. When the card's meaning is dark, it relates to expecting results and is self-aggrandizement behavior. To go deeper, ask to be of service. And the last card for your spread, Sagittarius, that stands for the self, is agape. Agape relates to devotion, unconditional love, and of truthful feelings. What if instead of putting yourself at the center of your spiritual practice, you put God, a goddess, or nature at the center? How would this change your approach? Such is the energy of agape. Agape is alive when we are in awe and wonder. Then our breath is taken away by the sacred force that surrounds us and asks for nothing in return. This card can indicate a spiritual initiation that stretches your capacity to love and to serve. You sense the earthly as the heavenly and vice versa. Such an initiation can appear in any form and any moment, like a healing medicine to the modern soul. Its effects are lifelong. The agape card may also suggest you reassess what you worship every day. You do this reassessment consciously or unconsciously. What are you elevating? Ask yourself this question. Where does the sacred ladder you climb up ultimately lead you to? Agape can also be felt as an overwhelming love of family, of your partner, or the community you live in. Recognize it by a deep swell of gratitude. The Greek word agape means to be awestruck by something of breathtaking delight, making us humble. When the card's meaning is light, it relates to service, honor, and joy. When the card's meaning is dark, it relates to spiritual bypassing and some kind of righteousness. To go deeper, listen to all the children's choirs from around the world, which relate to agape. So, that was the archetype reading for the sign of Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed it, Sagittarius, and please come back next time when I read for your sign. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.